and welcome back to House of Astralis. My name is Kayla, and today I will be your cosmic guide as we dive into the Capricorn season. Today I have a pick a card for you, two piles, and of course, trust your intuition. Don't take it too seriously. For me personally, I listen to all piles in pick a card readings. You can listen to both and then decide which one you more align to at the end. You can definitely just sit with it, trust your intuition about which one to listen to. So only one or the other. It does not matter. It's okay. You got this. No pressure. Like, don't make it a bigger deal than it is. And of course, as this is a general reading, please be at peace with anything that does not fit and leave the rest behind. And I intended for both piles to give you the messages that you need to hear for your highest and best good. So yeah, definitely feel free to take a moment and pause here. I'll show the cards up close. We've got number 22 for pile 1, integration. And the citrine crystal here. Pile 2, we've got number 9, the whale. And labradorite. There we go. I was gonna say, I like when it shines like that. I didn't watch it too much growing up, but there was a cartoon on PBS. I think it was like, oh crap, what was it? It was like Magic Tales. All I remember is that there were dragons, and then there was a rock that looked like that, and it was like a wishing rock or something. I think it would just transport them to different dimensions, if that's the way that they called it, different worlds. Either way, let's get to the Ritual Planner workbook. I am just going to briefly read this Capricorn season excerpt so that you can understand what's going on during this time. And if you know where Capricorn is in your natal chart, I'm sure that will provide you insights as well. The sun enters Capricorn on December 21st, marking the winter solstice in the northern hemisphere. This is the longest night of the year, the sacred still point of the solar cycle. This is Yule, a time when the light pauses, gathers itself, and begins its slow return. In the hush of this threshold, something ancient stirs. Capricorn is cardinal earth, initiating, stabilizing, enduring. It is the architect of the zodiac, the mountain goat that climbs with patience and purpose. Where Sagittarius searches for meaning, Capricorn builds something to hold on. It is not afraid of time. It honors time. It knows that everything sacred is earned with devotion. This year, Capricorn's influence arrives early. Mars enters Capricorn on December 15th, sharpening our drive, clarifying our ambition, and anchoring desire into form. Mars is exalted here, moving with strategy instead of impulse, aiming not just to act, but to accomplish. Under this influence, we're invited to take responsibility for what we want, not just wish for it, work for it. Soon after the solstice, Venus will follow Mars into Capricorn on December 24th, grounding our values and softening our edges through structure, stability, and intentional connection. Beauty is found in what lasts. Pleasure deepens through discipline. By the time the sun enters Capricorn on the 21st, we are already immersed in this earthy, focused energy. We're feeling the shift from fire to stone, from vision to vow, from expansion to embodiment. In the tarot, Capricorn is linked to the Devil card, a largely misunderstood archetype that speaks to desire, attachment, and liberation through awareness. The Devil invites us to examine what binds us, to see clearly what we give our power to. But in that confrontation lies freedom. Capricorn teaches us that limits, when chosen with clarity, can be holy. At the solstice, the sun stands still. This is a time for reflection, for quiet ritual, for listening to the dark before the light returns. Capricorn season begins in silence, but it builds with power. Let yourself reset. Let yourself rest. Then choose what you're willing to climb for. This is not the season for false urgency. It is the season for sacred effort, the kind that lasts. So with that, in our society, there's always talk about New Year resolutions and intentions for the year. And I would just say use this time, use Mars and Venus here to really hone in on that, get serious, and commit to it. And that doesn't have to look crazy disciplinary, and it doesn't have to be so rigid, but it's really committing to something because you value it. For me, I've been working with the Devil card this month in December. So a lot of that is talking about what I'm choosing to commit myself to and what I'm choosing to bind myself to. And I really value health and healthy bodies spiritually, energetically. And so it's committing to doing yoga, committing to taking on more movement and not letting things get in the way of that. But already, I'll go ahead and start with pile one, and I will see you on the other side. Hello, pile one, and welcome to your reading. I wanted to firstly start off with the intuition card. This is how you can work with your intuition to awaken it, to hone it. We've got card 41, cocoon to protect your sensitive system. Snuggle into a cozy, calm vibe. Court gentle or soft energy, people, books, movies, music, places, conversations, and experiences now. Create a buffer between yourself and stress or drama, even in your own thoughts. Cocoon to protect your sensitive nervous and psychic systems, and your intuition will sprout wings and soar. So, with that, that's just reminding me of the Sagittarius new moon video, because there was the High Priestess card, and part of what I was saying in that was to veil your crown chakra, protect yourself there, and protect your crown, I guess. So yeah, definitely set up those energetic boundaries. And for me, I like to envision a bubble, and it's not a shieldy bubble that's going to keep the outside away from me, but it's more so a mesh. So I like to envision that as the mesh filters what I want in and what I don't want, so that it allows the good stuff, it allows the intuition and the energy around me that is of my highest and best good to come forth, but doesn't allow the negativity to stay with me and things like that. So there's that. And with the integration part card here, it's like really having to merge, I guess, with that. It's like really cool imagery here of cocooning yourself to protect your intuition and your sensitive system from overload, working with it, integrating with your higher self. Maybe this speaks to the Capricorn theme of integrating your values with your vows, integrating what you really want to commit to and doing it and not letting it get in the way. But first up, we have what long-term goals can you focus on building step by step? We've got the Four of Swords. So definitely rest, right? If a long-term goal is, yes, I'm going to put in the hard work, but I need to make sure to rest and meditate afterwards or throughout it, that's important. You can't just be go, go, go and give yourself no rest. And rest helps you integrate things. If you're go, go, go and not taking that time to pause, then you can't integrate properly. And you may miss either lessons or certain things that could help you out. This card also speaks to me about leaving a legacy. What kind of legacy do you want to live for the people and generations after you? This is just me. Okay, so I see this person being mummified as this person here, kind of being hierophant-y or being a guide, a teacher. Are you going to teach them, your proteges, to be go, go, go? Or are you going to show them that you can rest and leave a legacy worth leaving behind? And that comes with embodying who you are, integrating who you are, all parts of yourself, so that you don't have any regrets when the time comes. Where can you cultivate more self-discipline in your life? We've got the Queen of Swords. So she definitely talks about boundaries, and maybe that's why this card came up, the cocooning and having healthy boundaries without severing ties permanently with different things, or just being so closed off to spirit and energies. She also talks about not being so harsh with your words. You can be very strict and stern and have boundaries without being over the top with cutting words. It's not saying to bite your tongue, but it's also saying you don't have to use certain words to get the point across. But also with the Queen, she's in her internal world. So again, more of that theme of integration, going within, having disciplines to even be truthful about with yourself about what you need. The third card here is the Three of Cups for how you can balance hard work with self-care and joy. I had to cover it up because there's not YouTube friendly imagery on it, but this is saying to go out and have fun. Go be with people and integrate, commingle with people and share those energies. Of course, again, protect yourself and your own energies, but they're good lessons to learn and you gotta enjoy life. You can't always be that go, go, go. You have to rest and enjoy. Be around other people, like-minded people, hopefully. So what is holding you back from fully committing to your ambitions? We've got the Two of Wands. Here, I kind of see indecision about where to go, what path to take. All these things to plan, it's just kind of holding you back because you want to be perfection. You want to be perfect in this, but you can't let perfect be the enemy of good. So if you've got a plan, that's fine. It doesn't have to be perfect because things are going to change anyways. So you might as well kind of have a loose plan to follow or something loose to guide you, but not to be so worked up about perfection in that plan. So a lot of people, I'm sure, can relate to sharing their gifts or sharing their talents out until they've perfected it. But perfection comes with action. You can't just practice alone and hide and expect perfection when you're not out there learning from your mistakes. So it's okay to not know everything or have the best plan in the world. Just go with it. You have clearly the ambition and the drive to do so. You just have to let go of hindering beliefs around that. How can you turn your ideas into practical, achievable actions? We've got the Two of Pentacles. I love this because it's very practical. The pentacles are grounding and practical. And I think this is just have fun, be joyous, kind of tip the scales a little bit and focus on something. So see here how he's looking at this pentacle and he's still holding the other one and maybe he'll get to it, but for now this is his focus. I think that's just not being scattered all over the place. That comes with the Queen of Swords too. Sure, she has a lot of ideas, but she knows which ones she wants to hone in on at this time, and we'll leave the rest for another time. Really focus on a list of what you want to learn about or do or focus and get clear with that. This brings me to personal curriculums. I've seen it a lot on YouTube. Essentially, it's just like school, how we had different subjects to learn. Think about what you want to learn and hone into maybe a few topics, whatever is in your threshold and your capacity to focus on, and just do that for a while. There's videos on it that you could definitely look up and look into if that's what interests you, but either way, this is getting clear about one thing at a time. One thing at a time. And maybe that's why what was holding you back was deciding, do I want to go this way or this way? Do I want to do this or that? And just pick one thing and then go with that. Have some time to block that out for yourself, to focus on it. All right, pile one, thank you for being here. I hope that helped you, and I hope you've received some insight and clarity for this Capricorn season. And if this resonated, please comment down below, like, comment, subscribe, and let me know what house Capricorn is in for you and see if you can find any things that will happen for you this season. I'll either see you at the next pile or I'll see you next time. Hello, pile two. I'll start off with reading this intuition card, basically how you can work with your intuition this season, how you can continue on awakening it. We've got card 44. Mindfully tune in and focus. Practice tuning into an issue, opportunity, place, or person, group, or option with your sixth sense. Employ gentle focus to let everything else in your mind fade to the background until what you are tuning into occupies your entire inner landscape. What intuitive hits are you knowing, seeing, hearing, or feeling? So I guess that's just that moment of pause, right? Just to be with it. And it's not to figure it out or continue to go into those loops of logic, but it's just to be at ease. Just let guidance come forth. The whale talks about kind of like the elephant in the room, right? Like it's so big you can't ignore it, and maybe something this season will come up like this, and it's not necessarily saying it'll be scary or bad, but just something really big that you can't ignore this season. First up, we have what long-term goals can you focus on building step by step? We've got the High Priestess, which is perfect. This is that intuition, right? Becoming your own inner High Priestess. Getting that intuition within you and not looking for outside sources. Interestingly enough, I just filmed that new moon in Sagittarius video and the High Priestess was there. But if this is you and you want to cultivate that intuition, that inner knowing, this is a long-term goal you can focus on. And it is step by step. And it's not all going to happen at once. It's a process of unlocking and focusing and committing to that. Also, it's just knowing your inner world, your inner self, cultivating that moment with yourself to go with it and, again, not search for outside answers because you have it all within you. Where can you cultivate more self-discipline in your life? We've got the Chariot. So I'm seeing this here as your willpower, your determination, what drives you forward, and not letting blocks get in your way. So with self-discipline, it's working with those blocks, or at least, again, not letting them hinder you so much that you give up entirely. Have willpower and the strength to move forward. And you cultivate that by just trying again, I suppose. Again, not letting those blocks stop you and just moving past them. When we feel uncomfortable and we stop ourselves from doing things, and I say that with just novelty things, public speaking for one, and not other things that can make you uncomfortable. But if we choose to always ignore those opportunities, then we teach ourselves that it's really not safe and that we are never a good public speaker and we can never do this because it's scary and uncomfortable. But if every now and then, or at least you practice allowing the uncomfortability to at least excite you or move you forward in some way, you can teach yourself that although, yes, public speaking is scary, it's not the end of the world and you can do this. You can get over that hump. Even the whale. So if something big does come up for you this month, it's showing yourself that you can handle it with ease, with grace. And yes, it's hard and maybe even scary and uncomfortable, but you've got this and it's not the end of the world. How can you balance hard work with self-care and joy? Justice. Perfect. This is literally the balancing. And this is also the third major arcana so far. So maybe this will be a really big season for you. The imagery here really speaks to allowing your mind, your logic, and your heart, your intuition, your gut, doing things that you enjoy while also maybe having some discipline and some structure to it. Maybe you can't spend a whole day doing self-care, but you for sure can put some time and effort into it, whether that's 5, 10, 30 minutes, an hour, as long as you, I think, are taking responsibility for other things and not just being frivolous and ignoring responsibilities. What is holding you back from fully committing to your ambitions? We've got the sun. So with this, I immediately was drawn to how the sun shines bright. It's illuminating things and it brings us warmth and joy, but if you don't see yourself as valuable enough to have the sun and to cultivate it, then you yourself are holding you back. And even the High Priestess is right on top of this. Also, fourth major, what the hell? So it's like you yourself are holding yourself back because you're not letting yourself enjoy the sun or enjoy and really hone in on the fact that you do deserve something. Also, the sun is too hot, so if you are scattered and are jumping from place to place, you can't really commit to anything. But how can you turn your ideas into practical practical, achievable actions. Two of Pentacles. Okay, and if you're coming from the first pile, you'll know that in the last pile, pile 1, question 5, the same question had 2 of Pentacles as well. But either way, I'm seeing with the heart here, again, going with your heart, your gut, your intuition, what you really are striving for, while also having some sort of boundary around it. Not, again, if you are too ambitious and you're jumping from project to project, you can't commit. But if you're too rigid, that's not helping you either. So it's being able to balance both and all of these things at once. It's a complex issue and it's something to work on. So in the last pile, just based off the imagery, I was saying that you have to focus on one thing at a time. Even though you have ambitious things and there's multiple areas of focus and interest that you have to just do one thing at a time. So instead of learning a little bit about a lot of topics, how about try honing in and focusing on a couple things so you can learn a lot about those. And then you can move on. There's no pressure to have it all figured out, but you can't be jumping to and from things and expecting to hone in on it or perfect it in some way and make progress if you're not giving the ample time and energy to it. I'm being called to the bottom of the deck, and of course, it's another major arcana. It's a magician. You have the resources, so clearly you're ambitious. You have all that you can learn at your fingertips. You just have to decide what it is at this given time, at this moment. So with that, pile 2, this is your reading. Good luck during your Capricorn season. I hope this helped you, and I hoped you gained some insight and clarity, and maybe it's just a synchronicity for yourself to really focus on something and take it serious, commit to it. But with that being said, thank you so much for being here, and I can't wait to read for you again next time.